Anything short of that, we're going to stay out of it because it's too confusing. It's too
Right.
complicated, right? Like if you start getting into what's satire, what isn't, what's incitement, what isn't, like as we see at companies like Twitter, you can spend endless amounts of time building sandcastles trying to figure out what is what,
Yeah.
and it will always end in a place where the government interprets it to its greatest advantage,
Yeah.
and that's why we don't want it. I mean, ultimately it's not a good thing for most people, but
It's just very hard for people to realize, even though this thing that you're talking about wielding, this weapon, will work against your enemies, it can ultimately also be used against you. That was the thing with the Patriot Act. When the indefinite detention, when they were talking about just being able to detain people, and Obama was like, "Don't worry, well, I would never do that." But you're not going to be the president forever. Like someone else is going to come along, and perfect example, that next person was Trump.
right.
Well, what if someone's crazier than him? Like, what if something happens? What if there's some sort of a nuke goes off somewhere, and then everybody gets way more radicalized, and then you can get a really fucking insane, like a Stephen King character. What was that movie where the one evil guy becomes president? And
Oh God, the Greg Stilson,
yes,
Dead Zone,
Dead Zone. Thank you.
right? Yeah,
I mean, we're not far removed from that
right.
in terms of plausible plots that this wacky country can fall into. And that's the same thing with censorship. Like they can use it against you. So like if you think you're using this to push back against right-wing extremism, they can use that to push back against progressive ideas that would genuinely benefit good people.
Right.
Genuinely benefit families, genuinely benefit people in need, genuinely benefit people in terms of healthcare and education. They can stop that. They can
Absolutely.
stop that if it's unprofitable with the same sort of tools.
Absolutely.
You gotta have free speech. It's the most important thing we have, and it's the one thing that separates us from everybody else. So when you have liberals and progressives that are screaming against removing people from platforms and stopping this and stopping that, understand what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, and they don't,
They
right?
don't.
Yeah, I mean, like
It's just convenience. It'll work against my enemies.
we, you talk about how they can use it to shut down things on the other side.
Yeah.
Like we see reports in these files of government agencies sending lists of accounts that are accusing the United States of vaccine corruption. Now, what they're really talking about is pressuring foreign countries to not use generic vaccines, right? And that's a liberal issue. That's a progressive issue. The progressives want generic vaccines to be available to poor countries. Okay, but you can use this tool to eliminate speech about that if you want to, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's what they don't get is that the significance is not who, the significance is the tool. Like what is it capable of doing?
Right.
Right? How easily is it employed? And how often is it used? And they don't focus on that. They focus on, oh, it's Donald Trump, so therefore we want it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where their mistake is.